to your loved one. Order at Kringle.com or call 800-4DANISH. Racine Danish Kringles, the official pastry of ESPN Wisconsin. It's not just a treat, it's a tradition.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. It's time for the best 60 minutes of your life. This is the Homer Hour, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown.
Some comments about the Super Bowl, and I'm also curious about the other things about gambling, all that he doesn't and others knew, guys that used to just be like football and basketball. Now they do baseball and they do prop bets and things like that. Someone had a prop bet, maybe the Institute can go to work, and it was something about, it's about New England punting on their first possession or not getting a first down, or I want to know the different things you can look up under the prop bets on. Maybe I should go to Potawatomi, because I do agree. I don't think that New England will be able to do anything early in the game against the Seattle defense, and then it'll open it up. But I don't know what. It was like minus 116, which seemed to be really low. You bet 116 to win 100 about New England not scoring on their first drive. Maybe it would be if New England wouldn't get a first down on their first drive. I don't know. Institute, go to work. But there are a gazillion prop bets, and there are usually a few in there that I think you can win on based on what you think is the flow of the game. The Gary Ellerson Homer Hour, of course, with Gary Ellerson, and he often opens with a soliloquy. And again, Fat Jack will be later on in the show. Gary, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Steve, the Homer Truth.
And do you have a soliloquy or anything that you want to lead with? I have a couple for you, but I always give you the opportunity.
Well, let's start with you, Homer, because normally you don't have anything for me. Let's see where you want to go.
Where do I want to go? It's the question I was asked just a couple minutes ago about, do you think the Packers are closer or further away from winning a Super Bowl? I don't know if that's based on the teams. And to me, they're the same as I thought at the end of last year, that they've got more stars, certainly one Micah Parsons. That's why I was willing to give the coach and the GM a chance. I want to see what happens next year. I want to see how much of what fell apart at the end was because of the tough injuries that they have. I might not be giving them more than 1 year, because I know the history is with a group, when you wait this long to get to a Super Bowl, you usually don't get it done. It's amazing how quickly these things happen. They've been together, I think, like 7 years or whatever, and if you haven't gone to the Super Bowl in 7 years with a coach, you usually don't ever go. But I'm worried that I'm getting soft and should have said it's never going to do. You got to move on. And the new president of the Packers obviously believes they're doing a really good job, because even though this last season collapsed at the end, he doesn't care. I'm giving him 3 more years. You only do that if you think these guys are doing the right job. And the disaster at the end of the last year was clearly for reasons they couldn't control. Now, I'm curious as to how you would answer that question.
What's your question again?
The question is how close. Right. So, how close do you think the Packers are to get to the Super Bowl, based on the teams that made it and, what's happened? Any of the moves they've made or coaches they've lost, or all the things that occurred. Given all the things that occurred, do you feel better or worse about the team and their chance to make the Super Bowl next year?
Well, let me just ask you this. Great question. If you were to do top 5 NFL teams in the NFC,
Yeah.
would the Packers be in your top 5? Now, I'm just going to name some teams off the top of my head, right? Seattle, obviously. Rams, obviously, right? You had to put the Bears in there because you lost to the Bears, right? Then the Packers at 4. And who would you have at 5? 49ers?
Yes, I'm Eagles too. I'm going to always have the Seattle for sure.
Eagles, okay. Eagles, okay. So there's 6 teams right there.
Right.
So however you want to put them, that's up to you. But those are your top 6, 100%. I think Philadelphia is going in the wrong direction right now. I mean, their offensive line coach just left. That's not a good thing. They've got, and maybe they can bring it back, but they got a lot of internal things that are happening in Philly right now that we're not privy to.
Okay.
But it's not a good situation there. So I'm just going to just put that to the side. Let's just, if it's the Packers, you would.
I had the Lions in there too. So you didn't mention. I put the Lions in there too.
Yeah, okay, 7. There's 7 teams.
Yep, that's right.
In the NFC.
Yep.
There's 7 teams. And probably you would say 4, 5, 6, and 7 are all about the same.
I have more faith in Philadelphia, so I have Philadelphia, Seattle Rams, and 49ers.
Yeah.
But we're not disagreeing much.
Yeah.
No,
we're not.
They're right there. Yeah.
So if you're asking me the Super Bowl question, what was it again?
Yeah. Right now, do you feel that they're closer, or you've seen the teams that made it all the way this far? You've seen Seattle, which would be the key for the NFC. I don't know that I really care too much about.
Well, I would say they're closer.
Okay. All right.
They're not.
Because.
Well, I just named you all the teams.
Because of your view of where the other teams are.
Correct. It's always about the other teams. Everybody want to talk about this guy. They want to name players. Everybody want to talk about this guy, that guy, this guy, that guy. But it still becomes about, okay, the overall talent of the teams that are in front of you and behind you. And it's about where you finish at the end of the year. And at the end of the year in the NFC, the Packers finished what? 4th? 5th? It is. I mean,
7th seed,
that's
baby.
Well, they were 7th seed, but I mean that's kind of where they finished. You're right, and they lose to Chicago. And I happen to think, Homer, that I don't feel like Chicago, and because I'm not a Chicago fan, but I don't feel like Chicago next year, will they get all those turnovers that they had last year in this upcoming season? I don't think they do.
No,
the Packers are a perfect example of a team that had a crap ton of interceptions the year before and had none really this past year.
No, they're going to be better in turnovers. People should know. They can just count on that for sure. There's no way they will have as few turnovers. So I don't know what they have. I don't know any interceptions, but yes, that's a real positive for next year.
Yeah. Yes.
So, that's why I said the toughest part to me for the Packers is that the division is, I think, better than it's been, because I still think Detroit's going to be good and the Bears are good, and then you have the Packers. So the issue is, and I'm working on the T-shirt right now, this season is very simple.
This guy.
Got to win the damn division. Win the damn division. You don't win the damn division. That's it. You got no chance. Going to be 7th seed again. Yes, because winning the damn division gives you. I mean, we lived it for a while, but I don't know that and I'd have to look back that the competition in the division was as good, because the Detroit sucked almost every year, and the Bears they had a couple of years, but you win the division. you get some benefits of there that makes it easier, as we discovered. And they did it once as a 6th seed, but they were an elite team that year because they were second best in points given up.
Right.
And I'm just afraid that LaFleur and Goody are good but not good enough. For example, here's what you want to talk about: the Super Bowl. Would the Packers have been to a Super Bowl if either Schneider or Wolf was the GM the last 7-8 years? That's the story. Did they mess up?
Well, that could be the story.
Yes.
Because if you think about it, not Schneider, because when Schneider left to go to Seattle,
it was before.
That was Ted, wasn't it?
Ted was it. Yes, GM? But recently, when they picked the new president, Schneider was one of the finalists.
And who is the new president now?
Policy. They picked Policy over Schneider. That's a mistake.
Yeah, I mean, I know. You don't know that yet.
I do. I do know it. Yes.
No, you don't.
100%.
No, you don't.
Schneider can do everything that Policy can't, as far as football knowledge and stuff, and Schneider can do everything that Policy can, or hire someone else to do it.
Yeah. No, you don't know that because the president. But then you have a general manager. Schneider's position is best served as general manager and not president.
I don't think so, because I think he's capable of the best person capable of picking a general manager and handling that.
So who's the general manager now?
Goody.
Okay, so you want to fire Goody?
No, I do. I want Schneider to decide to do whatever the hell he wants to do.
Well, that's what you're asking. Fire Goody.
No, I'm not.
So yeah, you are.
No, because I'm asking you, and whatever you do on something, I'm going to do whatever you do.
I think Goody is a really good general manager.
I don't think
go from there.
No, I don't think he's. I don't think he's really good.
Again, you people.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Hold on. Hold on just a second. Pebble, what was your time for the over-under on you people?
You do.
I thought you had 16 minutes, a little earlier than you thought.
A little earlier, yeah.
You people love to live in this world of, look, see, he drafted Lucas Van Ness, but there is JSN, should have taken him. You people love to live in that world. You just do.
I don't.
I think the only thing that you can say with the Goody situation is the comparison would be Elliott Wolf. Because basically they chose Goody over Elliott.
Right.
And Ron Wolf wasn't very happy about that.
And he shouldn't have been. Not only that, we need to add, it's likely that Elliott wouldn't have taken the job when Mark the Snake Murphy interviewed them but didn't tell them.
And there we go.
No, this is
there we go.
What?
No, with the Mark Murphy stuff.
Mark the Snake. No. Hold on, this isn't my opinion.
No.
He interviewed all the people and didn't tell them that they were no longer going to pick the head coach, which had been the way they had done it, going back all the way to Ron Wolf. And then when he picks Goody, he says, "Oh, by the way, you're not going to pick the head coach. I'm doing that. You're all equal." I don't know what qualifies as a snake. I apologize to snakes. That's a python.
You got a problem with Matt LaFleur?
No. But I think you.
Okay, fine.
You think
so? Then Mark Murphy did the right thing. He hired the right coach.
It worked all right. It worked out right, but it doesn't mean that he isn't a snake.
Doesn't matter.
Fine.
So he hired the right coach.
So the snake hired
the right coach.
I don't know that he hired the right coach.
I don't get down with the media talking about Mark Murphy because I think you guys are all wrong on that.
I'm only saying he was a snake in this. You can't argue with that.
No, I'm not doing snake stuff.
I didn't say he was a snake.
No.
Okay, how would you describe what he did? He just lied to them. Here are these people.
He didn't. They knew what they were doing.
They didn't know that the biggest decision they would make. How would they know?
You need to stop, Homer.
Okay. All right.
You media guys need to stop.
There's no media guys.
You guys are. You guys are. I'm up.
Hey, what if Ron Wolf? What if Ron Wolf called him?
I see all this stuff that goes around.
Right. What if Ron Wolf said he was a snake? Then what would you say? If Ron Wolf said, Homer's right. He was a snake.
No. Ron was upset. Ron was upset that they didn't hire his son. Rightly so.
Right, but we don't know if Elliott had been offered the job if he would have taken it. given that he was not getting to do what he assumed he was.
I'm not dealing in hypotheticals.
All right. You're not?
That's what
we
you
do
guys
that
love
all
to
the
do.
time.
I know.
We have you people and you media. I don't know which.
Yeah.
They're two different things.
That. No, okay.
And here's the issue. Yes, if I didn't think LaFleur was a good coach or that Goody was a good GM, I wouldn't have said bring him back for another year. But I don't think they're good enough to do something special. Ron Wolf was good enough to do something special. Mike Holmgren was good enough to do something special. They're both good, but not good enough. And that's been the story of them in the entire time. When were the two best years of LaFleur? When he had Aaron Rodgers, and he helped make him better. Aaron Rodgers was special, and they still weren't good enough. And what are the chances? So basically, to get the next level, Jordan Love has to be better than Aaron Rodgers was at that time, or he's got to put together a better team. Goody does, and maybe Micah Parsons will be that. What's your response to all of that?
Yeah, and we don't know that yet. Micah Parsons had a huge injury. And so
you're right about this. I gotta.
He had a huge, and not all those guys come back to be where they were after injury like that. And Homer, here's my thing with that. I always you know me. I'm from the South, but my philosophy is always give me the bigger guy. Micah Parsons is not a big dude.
It's correct
at the position that he's playing. So, if I had to make a choice, give me Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
Give me Reggie White. I mean, I want the big dudes at that position because they don't have to expend that so much of energy and the double teams that it take, all that. Micah Parsons is not a big dude at the position that he plays.
You just can't get a hold. You can't get to him.
Well, you're just going to wear down.
Yeah, right.
You're just going to wear down. You just are.
Well, that's why he plays fewer
downs. I feel about that. Just going to wear down. But be that as it may, he's coming back from a big injury, and I just don't think – I'm telling people right now, I don't know if you see what you need to see from him next year. He's a year away from being what he was.
All right. Okay.
When he first came into the league.
So it could be the following year that they make their big move. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Round 2 with Gary Ellerson. At some point, he will agree with me, but not likely. Next.
Never.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. We do have some delays. Southbound 43, pretty hefty ones, too. They start at about Capitol Drive, and they take you all the way down through the Marquette, where there is an incident in the Marquette right about at the end of the Wisconsin Avenue on-ramp to southbound. So keep that in mind. That's kind of why we're backing up. Then more delays from Beecher down towards the KK River. Westbound 94, still heavy from 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. And then we have this crash on the northbound Rock Freeway right into the Hale off on the right shoulder. Traffic is brought to you by James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner, dedicated to helping businesses do business better. Visit jamesimaging.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, clear and cold, breezy, a low of 6 above, with a wind chill of 5 above to 5 below. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, then increasing clouds, chance for afternoon snow, a high of 20. Make this Valentine's Day special. Shop local and trust Welke's Milwaukee Florist. Go to welkes.com. That's WELKES.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Whether it's live or in podcast form, you've heard us on air with all of our shenanigans.
Gabe, I'm throwing some... Why are you throwing... I don't want...
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video.
By me, by the way. I hit that microphone like 4 out of 6 times on that.
Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss and see original digital content too. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Brewers mini ticket plans for the 2026 season are available now with 6-game, 12-game, and build-your-own-plan options. You can pick or build the best plan for your schedule, whether you're gearing up for tailgates under the sun, the thrill of the home runs, or the eruptions of walk-off wins. Brewers mini plans have you covered for the 2026 season with specially discounted ticket rates and more exclusive perks in each plan. Check out all the mini plan options available for 2026 now at brewers.com/ticket plans.
QC Kinetics helps active people stay active. People like David Boardman, police officer, competitive athlete, and gym owner who trains hard almost every day.
My body's taken a lot of abuse over the years. I've had multiple knee surgeries on both of my knees. I could barely run a mile prior to going to QC Kinetics. Doctors have all told me, hey, you are going to need knee replacements.
But QC Kinetics gave David great news.
We're going to give you the opportunity to have not one, but 2 healthy knees, and we don't have to cut you open.
And after David's regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics?
Since I've gone to them, I run 20, 30 miles a week. I really wouldn't be able to do that if it wasn't for QC Kinetics.
From knee pain to Ironman training.
It's a no-brainer.
Now it's your turn. Call QC Kinetics to book your free consultation today.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
It's a great time to win the ultimate Valentine's Day prize, courtesy of Welke's Milwaukee Florist. To register, go to welkesdatenight.com or the ESPN Wisconsin app and click on the contest page for your chance to win a bouquet of flowers, candles, chocolates, rose petals, a $100 gift card to Bartolotta restaurants. You can also win a Milwaukee basketball game where they take on Toronto on February 22nd. Register to win this Valentine's Day, courtesy of Welke's Milwaukee Florist through February 12th. Go to welkesdatenight.com or the ESPN Wisconsin app.
When a trophy is raised, it can feel like the season's over, but on the ESPN app, it never really is. Because with more than 47,000 live events, plus originals, highlights, and coverage from every corner of the sports world, there's always something to dive into. No off-season, just everything a fan needs to keep going. Always in season, get all of ESPN all in one place. Download the ESPN app on your TV or phone today.
This is the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The Gary Ellerson Homer Hour. You people. Well, doesn't say that when he's talking about his great partners. Take it away, Gary.
Home team, I want to talk about good friends over at Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center, guys. They're rolling into the 3rd tournament of the season, and there's $1,000 in cash prizes on the line. They're running a 2-man scramble at the iconic TPC Scottsdale, and you can play it indoors on their spacious, state-of-the-art simulators, no weather excuses at all. It's just $120 per team, and you've got through February the 28th to get your round in. Sign up right now at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com. TPC Sawgrass, cash prizes, and great golf, all at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com.
Talking on the Gary Ellerson Homer Hour, discussing the Green Bay Packers and about next season. I think you made a good point, as was the case when they got Reggie White. I might need to give him 2 more years because of the injury to Micah Parsons. I don't think you might be the only one who's discussing that issue that much, and I think it's appropriate. It would be common if he was less than the Micah Parsons at his best next season. In fact, you seem to be acting like that's almost a guarantee
because of his position.
Yeah,
unlike Christian Watson, who, I don't know if they had the same injury, but similar, he's way out there. Just run fast. But Micah Parsons has got to deal with 3 other dudes trying to block him on his body. That's why, because people are asking me what's the difference. Well, Christian Watson is way out over there. He's just running, right? And running routes. Fine. Only thing that's going to happen to him, unless he makes a cut and cut inside, and that thing wasn't strong enough, he blows it out. But with Micah Parsons, he's going to have 2-3 bodies on him at all times, which creates more weight and more torque within your body to try to overcome all that stuff. Does that make sense to you?
No, it makes total sense. And I think the position should be, this is why I like telling people when somebody's a real underdog, because it means that if they win, that people will appreciate how big an upset it was. And instead they view it like, well, Homer, you're ripping your home team. No, I'm trying to give them the appropriate amount of credit if they pull it off. So I say this regarding Parsons because people should realize that if, in fact, he came back and seemed the same, that's amazing.
Amazing.
Based on all that you've said. So the expectation should be, and this is not negative, but this is fact, the expectation should be that he probably won't be that level next year, or maybe you can tell me if you can do it part of the time, that the same Micah Parsons probably is a season away. How much of the 100% Micah Parsons would be normal for next season? A few games late in the year or what?
Well, like I said before, I mean, everybody's built different. I mean, he may be one of these guys who can overcome that. Never say never.
Right, but that would be rare.
I think that would be rare. I think it's a year away. Because if you're the Packers, you're not going to bring him back probably until the, 8th game, 9th game of the year, I think.
I'd be shocked if it's that late, but I'll check and get my peeps to see.
Well, let me just see.
I'll accept it. I'll accept it. I don't want to lose time.
Watson, I know, but when did Watson come back? Do you remember what?
No, I knew you were going to bring this up, and I don't remember anything but yesterday. But, but Micah Parsons, this is what everybody should have learned.
Watson came back in week 8.
Okay.
Week 8. See, there you go.
And what date did he go out versus the date that Parsons went out?
Right.
That's what we need to know.
And, he was hurt at the end of the year, I believe, wasn't he?
Pebble will give us the date that both of them had their injury, and he came back in week 8. But I don't know that, and you can give it a shot, I don't know that anybody
he tore his knee up at Christian Watson, that is, on January 5th of last year.
Okay.
Okay.
And came back in week 8. And Parsons.
It was October 26th.
For Parsons.
October 26th is when Watson came back. So he got hurt January 5th, came back October 26th.
Okay, and now Parsons, he got hurt in the Denver game, whatever that date was. I should have looked that up.
Yeah. So that's week 8, week 9, Homer. That's about the same, isn't it? I'm not great doing math on the air.
Hold on.
Yeah.
December the 14th.
December 30th.
Yeah. So, I would say, somewhere around week 8. You've strengthened
week 9.
You've strengthened your position even more.
Well, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
All right, now let's get to Goody saying that Keyshawn Nixon had a Pebble. I want to make sure I said, or didn't he say very, very,
very, very good season?
Yeah, he said very a couple times.
Twice, yeah.
Who had a very good season?
Keyshawn Nixon.
Oh, a very, very good season.
Yes, he said it twice. Keyshawn Nixon had a very, very good season. General Manager Gary Ellerson, how good a season did Keyshawn Nixon have?
Up and down.
Yeah! I was going to use those exact same words. If he quit making the damn mistakes or whatever, penalties, I would have said and that was pretty much his first year in that position.
But see, let me say
up
and
down.
You,
yeah, you could be GM. I want you GM right now.
And you've seen, because you've been doing this for like 50 years, Homer.
Yes.
And
last year, Bart Starr was my first year doing this.
And I played with guys like this. Keyshawn Nixon is going to do a bonehead play every game.
All right, so how do you play with somebody like that when you know you also need his best?
You just got to know. Yeah, you just got to know that's what's going to happen. You just got to know what's going to happen. Okay.
Same thing's going to happen next year, or will he get better at not doing these knuckleheads?
No, same thing. That's who he is. That's what makes Keyshawn Nixon. You can't take it away from him.
It's kind of what makes him good, but it also makes him bad. All right.
Yes. That's his edge. You just can't. I mean, I wish you could name a basketball player that played for Marquette that was like that. Well, you just like, oh my God, that was absolutely great, and then you're like, what is he doing? I mean, we've seen these guys a lot. I mean,
but my answer is you don't want him as your number one cornerback. You can have that guy as your number two. Am I right?
Yeah. See.
But I don't think Goody believes that. Now, we'll see if he does.
No, but you don't have anybody else.
Well, you got to go get somebody.
Right, but that takes time.
Yeah, and it takes a lot of money.
Jair caught him off guard.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, he should have saw it coming, but because he was different. But they're at where they are. So now they need to go get either one in free agency or they got. Here's the thing: they got to draft. To me, they got to draft 2-3 linemen and 2-3 corners.
Defensive or offensive linemen.
Offensive linemen.
Yeah, you're right. Because that's a mess if they don't resolve that. All right, Gary Ellerson, you really shouldn't talk anymore because nobody's going to remember anything you said. Well, you did actually do it with Keyshawn Nixon up and down, but your discussion as the doctor of football about Micah Parsons, you go do what you had to do. You got to do. You're on assignment. Nicely done.
Yeah. All right, buddy.
You bet.
Good night.
The Gary Ellerson Homer Hour. We have Fat Jack coming up. I want to talk a little bit about Milwaukee weight loss. And there are a lot of things I can tell you, like this Valentine's month, Milwaukee Weight Loss is sharing the love with $300 off during the Valentine's sale, now through February the 28th. I agreed to do this because it works. Somebody here at the station said it works. I've been on it for over a year. And someone I know that works somewhere else had talked about, I didn't ask him, I just thought, I want to try this. This works. What about all the other stuff? Nothing matters as much as it works. Everybody looks for a diet that works and that you're still on it when you're no longer on the diet. And so I've done it I think in 21 days, I'm down 17 pounds. And like they said, it's just a lot easier than I thought. So what exactly is it? Well, then you go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com and they'll tell you. MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Phone number is 262-235-3980, but I don't think anybody can remember that. MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. 3 weeks, down 17 pounds. And like they said, I would say right now it's easier than I thought it could diet be, or I didn't think I would lose this much weight, but this is just 3 weeks. What about the next 3 weeks? You go on a plan for 60 days. That's a little bit tougher, and then it softens. But it works. MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. What else do you really need to know about a diet? MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Fat Jack is
the
next.
Homer Hour is back after this on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Well, things are getting a little bit more complicated, especially near Allenton, actually just west of Addison on Highway 33. We got a report of a jackknife semi just before Highway U. So be careful around that area. Try and stay away from that area if you can. I'm not quite sure if there's any lanes blocked, but jackknife semi is not good, so be careful. Southbound 43, going to be seeing delays from before Locust all the way down through the Marquette. Back on the brakes from Beecher all the way down to the KK River. On westbound 894, backing up from 27th Street all the way to 60th. Eastbound is backing up out of the Hale all the way to 60th as well. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, clear and cold, breezy, a low of 6 above with a wind chill of 5 above to 5 below. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, then increasing clouds, chance for afternoon snow, a high of 20. Weather is brought to you by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Another 2-man scramble tournament is underway. Play TPC Scottsdale for a shot at cash prizes. Must play by February 28th. Sign up now at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
According to Time Magazine, Gen Z is drinking 20% less alcohol than all previous generations. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Over our 65 years in business, we've stayed up on all the trends, where you'll always find 2,000 varieties of beer, 4,000 types of liquor, and over 8,000 wines. We now also stock over 100 varieties and growing of THCA, CBD, and Delta-9 non-alcoholic specialty-infused drinks. So whether you're experimenting with the latest wellness trend, or you just want something in your fridge that your college kid can call you cool for, come check out our expansive selection. And while you're at it, you do deserve that bottle of bourbon. Discount Liquor in Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow and Maine.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings
And visit us online at discountliquorinc.com.
This Valentine's month, Milwaukee Weight Loss is sharing the love with $300 off during our Valentine's sale. Now through February 28th only. It's the perfect time to fall in love with the result-getting Milwaukee Weight Loss program. We know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day with no exercising, no prepackaged meals, no counting points or calories, no drugs, no surgery, and no injections with the risk of serious side effects. Whether you want to look great for Valentine's Day, an upcoming event, or just for you, you can start losing those unwanted pounds right now. No more losing weight and gaining it back. This program helps you keep the weight off for good. Visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation today.
Homer here. I've already lost 10 pounds since I started the journey. Now it's your time to show yourself some love with $300 off. Hurry. This Valentine's sale ends February 28th. Patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. Call 262-235-3980 now for your free consultation or MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Hey, this is Jason Wilde from Wilde & Towns. Valentine's Day is almost here, and Racine Danish Kringles has you covered with their heart-shaped Kringle. You know my family loves Kringle from Racine Danish Kringles, and sometimes they share it with me. Racine Danish Kringles offers a heart-shaped Kringle with pink icing in raspberry, chocolate silk cherry, and pecan flavors to send to your loved one. Order at Kringle.com or call 800-4DANISH. Racine Danish Kringles, the official pastry of ESPN Wisconsin. It's not just a treat, it's a tradition.
You're listening to the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The Gary Ellerson Homer Hour. Running a business means taking care of your team and your bottom line. For over 50 years, Saganiac Planning helps small businesses and medium-sized businesses and large businesses. They've covered everybody in over 50 years. More affordable medical and employee benefit plans because they get it. From health insurance to customized coverage options, Saganiac Planning's experts make it simple to protect your people and your future, and they might be able to do it in a way you didn't even think was possible. Saganiac Planning, your partner in planning confidence. Visit SaganiacPlanning.com or call John Saganiac today to get started. Phone number you can remember because you got to know 783-262-783. Roger Maris, 6161. I'm 71 years old. I should be the one who's hating Bad Bunny as the halftime for the Super Bowl, but I'm not. I never heard of him previously. When did you first hear about Bad Bunny?
When he was the wrestler for the WWE.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't even know about it. And then I hear my daughter is going to Mexico City with friends to hear Bad Bunny. Well, and I didn't know what day she was going, so I thought, fine, I'll just look up what day the concert is. Wrong. He had like 8 concerts in Mexico City, each with like 30 or 40,000 people, all sold out.
Wow.
Okay. And as she told me, you know, he's from Puerto Rico, but he's the most popular singer in the world. Like the only person even close to him is Taylor Swift. So if I was the NFL, I think it's a smart idea. Now, I will admit that if he was from Puerto Rico and a pretty girl, nobody would care as much. But this is the guy. Now, everything he does is in Spanish, or almost all of it. So Americans watching it aren't going to appreciate it. But if you're trying to expand your game around the world, which they are, it's just halftime. And I don't know in past years if they've ever had somebody who was the most popular singer in the world that was an American as an alternative. So I not only won't know any of the songs, I won't understand any of the songs, but I get it. And anybody who's like, this is an outrage, whatever, they can't understand how popular this person is. And it's halftime, and it fits what they're trying to do. But they're bringing in the most popular singer in the world. And then you go from there. Fat Jack, next.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Half of American parents cannot afford diapers. This is WTMJ's Kristen Bry. This spring, WTMJ and the Milwaukee Diaper Mission are teaming up to change that. Join me for WTMJ Cares, Bowling for Babies, where we will raise funds for Milwaukee Diaper Mission. Join us March 7th at Village Bowl in Menominee Falls, where you can bowl with your favorite WTMJ hosts. Text BABY to the WTMJ Talk and Text line 855-616-1620 to get more information on how you can be part of our latest WTMJ Cares event.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Chris Canty.
I just look at the total body of work and I try to compare it to other Hall of Famers, and the only one that I could find was Ken Stabler. If you go back in the way back machine back in the 70s with the Oakland Raiders, that's the only one. Probably the most recent quarterback whose resume stacks up to Matt Stafford's is Joe Theismann, who had 2 Pro Bowls, who had an All-Pro, who had an MVP, played in multiple Super Bowls, and won one. He didn't make the Hall of Fame. Now, I get that everybody points to Matthew Stafford's stats, but again, I'm unimpressed when it comes to overall stats because it's hard to compare that throughout errors and other quarterbacks. Stats, yards, points, they've never been cheaper in the NFL than they are now just based on how the rules are set up. And so when I look at the total body of work from Matt Stafford, I think it's the flip of a coin whether or not he gets a bust in Canton. I really do.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
It's time for the Milwaukee Basketball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart, located at 16th and National in Milwaukee. National Liquor Mart is packed with deals for all your beverage needs, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily.
With Giannis trade rumors swirling, the Bucks picked up their second straight win, a 141-137 overtime victory over the New Orleans Pelicans at Pfizer Forum. Ryan Rollins led the Bucks with 27 points, while A.J. Green poured in 20, thanks in part to 6 3-pointers. Here's head coach Doc Rivers on his message to the team going into the final day of the trade deadline.
I have a day off. Go relax. You know, I'm not going to say much, but I've said what I've said all year, and it just no one hears it. So I'll let you guys figure it out from there.
The Bucks will wrap up their 3-game homestand on Friday night against the Indiana Pacers at Pfizer Forum.
This has been the Milwaukee Basketball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart.
Man, I love my kids so much. I once sat for 3 hours in the cold rain to watch her soccer team lose by 18 goals.
I love my kids so much, I once used a tube to suck snot out of her stuffed nose at 3 a.m.
You win.
Love your kids? Love them enough to make sure they're in the right car seat. From toddlers to tweens, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat to find the right seat for their age and size. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin.
start a fight. Make sure you do it right. Make sure you do it right. Whatever you do, make sure you do it right. Drive a truck, fix a car, dig a ditch or you play guitar. Build a house, read a book when it's time to party or time to cook. Make sure you do it right. Whatever you do, make sure you do it right.
We do have a crash on the ramp from Watertown Plank Road 241 northbound. That ramp is closed because of it, so be careful with that.